So I'm not really sure why a lot of people are up in arms as far as the decision that was made here tonight. Because if you've been living under a rock, you would have, figured that there was a very good possibility here tonight that Cody Rhodes was potentially going to regain back the WWE Championship from Drew McIntyre. Just for those of you that don't know, they made this match official literally following the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. They were on the post-show where Nick Aldis made this match official between Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes, simply for the fact of Drew McIntyre cost Cody Rhodes the Royal Rumble match and cost him the Elimination Chamber match. So he kind of figured that it was only fair for Cody Rhodes to receive a title match here on SmackDown against Drew McIntyre, even though Drew McIntyre clearly told the Cody that there was going to be no rematches for him whatsoever unless he won these opportunities that were presented in front of him, right? The Elimination Chamber, the Royal Rumble. So this match was made official here tonight for the main event. It was supposedly commercial free, although it wasn't until the bell rang. But a lot of people were coming into this match saying that Drew McIntyre needs to retain here. He needs to walk into WrestleMania as the WWE champion. Now listen, I'm a big Drew McIntyre guy. I love Drew McIntyre. But I clearly see what they're trying to do with Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes, because we all know that the ticket sales for WrestleMania this year haven't been strong, right? They just haven't been selling as well as they previously should have. In WWE's mind, they need a big attraction, right? So far, look at the matches that we have, right? It's CM Punk and Roman Reigns, and it's Jade Cargill and Rhea Ripley. And now it's going to be Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. And I say this because Drew McIntyre was never going to walk into WrestleMania as the WWE champion, because Drew McIntyre was never slated to win the WWE championship. They simply pulled the trigger back in January at that 3 Stages of Hell match because Cody and Drew implied that they would want this to happen, that they wanted Drew to be the WWE champion to sort of have a shakeup within that division. Originally, I don't know if you guys remember or not, they wanted to have Drew McIntyre, or at the very least Cody and Drew, politicked for Drew to win the title at WrestlePalooza. In which case that didn't end up happening. But just think about it. Had he won at WrestlePalooza, he could have went like 3 or 4 months with a decent title reign. But this whole McIntyre championship reign, this literally happened within the last minute for Triple H, because he was never going to crown Drew McIntyre as the WWE champion. So for all the people that are kind of skeptical and saying Drew McIntyre, he should have walked into WrestleMania as the WWE champion, I simply just say this: I think you should be at the very least grateful that Drew McIntyre got a championship run out of this. I mean, Cody has had other opponents where they didn't get the luxury of that. Just think of Kevin Owens last year. He should have won the WWE title last year as well, but he never did. So at the very least, kind of, I guess, be grateful that Drew got that at the very least. But yeah, there was never a doubt in my mind that Cody wasn't going to walk out as WWE champion, because obviously they want that attraction of Cody and Randy at WrestleMania. So we get this match here tonight. Cody Rhodes takes out the official Charles Robinson with the disaster kick. This frees up McIntyre to deliver the Claymore. Out comes the other official. I forget the other official's name, but I know that they have beef simply for the fact of McIntyre thinks that he's been fucking with them as of late. He pays off the officials, does Cody Rhodes supposedly. And, all this leads to McIntyre. He grabs a steel chair. He goes to hit Cody Rhodes over the head with it. But Jacob Fatu comes out here and interferes, aids Cody Rhodes in the sense of he stops Drew McIntyre from using the chair. Cody Rhodes delivers a super cutter, a super Cody cutter, and then a crossroads. And 1, 2, 3, Cody is the new WWE champion. Yeah, there was really only 2 possibilities out of this match. Either one, Cody wins and we have Cody and Orton, or we have a big 4-man, multi-man match at WrestleMania, in which case, a 4-man match, as much as people want to say, well, it's going to get everybody on the card, it's going to get Fatu on the card, it's going to get McIntyre on the card, it's going to get, X, Y, and Z on the card, WrestleMania should be a culmination of your biggest stories coming to an end. In this case, a 4-man match just kind of feels lazy. Like, to me, it just feels really lazy. Like, hey, let's just take all these guys who have somewhat of an issue with each other and just put them in the same match together. That just kind of feels lazy to me. I'm not saying that the Randy and Cody thing is some, complex storytelling as well, But I figured if you give me the option to pick between a singles match for the WWE title or a four-man match for the WWE title, I'm always going to go for the singles match, especially considering who you have in there, which is Randy and Cody. Now we're, I would say, maybe 7-8 weeks away from WrestleMania. They have a considerable amount of time now to build for this Randy Cody match. If they fuck up from here until now, then that's on them. We could start to blame them if that build is lackluster. One thing I wanted to mention here before we move on to the other stuff here on SmackDown was the fact of now it's kind of clear that the whole Cody Roman match at WrestleMania 42 was definitely probably gonna happen until Cody dropped the belt, in which case they literally just had him drop the belt in order for that match to not even happen. So some fucking politic in there by Cody Rhodes. But now we move on to Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill. This was billed as their big face-to-face between both women. I think a lot of us expected this to be a lot more heated than it was. Obviously, a lot of people saw what they did or what they were doing on Twitter. A lot of people wondered whether this was legitimate, whether there was a legitimate issue between both women, or whether this was just something done for the storyline, something done for Unreal Season 3. A lot of people had those thoughts, but coming out of the segment, I kind of was left with the impression of they kind of just backtracked on everything that they did on Twitter. Because they literally came out here and just kind of compared each other's muscles to each other. Their best moves is going to be enough for one another, and they're not going to be able to get up from their best moves. And that was kind of it. Again, coming out of the segment, very underwhelming. I don't think Jade is particularly strong in her promos, neither in her wrestling skills, if we're being honest. Rhea, she's obviously a big star. I don't think her promos are as strong as well. So again, this match going into WrestleMania 42, it's going to be, because this can go very bad very quickly. Another thing I wanted to mention here was Sami Zayn, because Sami Zayn was seen backstage, as he is nowadays, going up to Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. He went up to Randy Orton to sort of get his advice as far as what he would have done in Sami Zayn's position. In which case, Randy Orton told him to, start to listen to the voices up in his head, and that sometimes in this business, to be a champion, you have to be a little bit selfish. In which case, again, starting to plant some seeds into a Sami Zayn heel turn, which, frankly, I've been enjoying this Sami Zayn stuff recently, because I think this is a lot more complex than what we just have been receiving before the Royal Rumble, when he was literally just going around crying, essentially saying how he has to be a champion. Now it kind of gives me like, Bret Hart 1997 vibes, where he's going around crying that he's doing the right thing, but nobody sees that he's doing the right thing. So it's kind of one of those things for me. And last but not least, we had the women's tag team titles. We've gotten somewhat of a clue as far as what they're going to do potentially going forward. I don't know if this is the move for WrestleMania, but thus far, it seems like Charlotte and Alexa are going to be the next challengers for Nia Jax and Lash Legend. I don't know if we just involve everybody together at WrestleMania and get all the women's tag teams in one singular match, if they want to be lazy about it, or if we just have these two teams go up at WrestleMania. Post your comments down below. Let me know what you think of tonight's happenings on SmackDown. Let me know what your thoughts are as far as Cody Rhodes regaining back the WWE title. Let me know your thoughts down below. And until next time, I will see all of you on the next one.